Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well. Sincerely, hope you're all doing well. There's a lot going on in the world and in life. Hope you're all having a great day. If you're just starting your day, I hope it goes incredibly well. Very big thank you to everyone who leaves a like on the videos. It's a very big help. Helps out with the algorithm because everything in the future runs on an algorithm. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Yeah, you know the deal. We are quite lucky to be in a market that more or less has a huge amount of positive news. We've had I don't want to say a break. It's more of usually a lot of what we've been hearing quite often has been from cryptocurrency, or rather not, from companies who are buying cryptocurrencies. Many of these aren't even cryptocurrency companies. Some of what we've gotten as of late, a lot of like futuristic predictions. Where's Bitcoin going to be in 2035? What this company is going to do, what the SEC is planning. It's been a lot of looking into the distant future kind of news. So this one popped up and I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that one because, you know, we kind of took like a 2-day break. So, okay. Apparently, sure, why not? I'll tell you what's going on and then we can all sit here together. The board of directors of a Chinese company called Jiuzi Holdings, that is Jiuzi, Jiuzi? Okay, Jiuzi Holdings, which specializes in selling battery-operated electronic vehicles, because why not, has apparently approved a new cryptocurrency asset investment policy that allows deploying up to, they're now allowed to spend $1 billion US for conducting cryptocurrency purchases. Yeah, as I said before, this one is a Chinese company, but a lot of what we've been getting as of late have been Asian companies. We just had news about something in Thailand a day or two ago. The majority thus far of Asian companies has kind of all been revolving around Japan. I think we had 1 or 2 South Korean companies, but mainly it's just been Japanese companies. This comes after the company appointed blockchain and artificial intelligence expert Doug Berger, B-U-E-R-G-E-R, I'm going to say Berger, as their chief operating officer. Berger will be responsible for overseeing the company's digital asset strategy. Apart from Bitcoin, obviously the largest crypto, the company will also be holding Ethereum and Binance coin. That should also come as no surprise to anyone. If you haven't been here the last few months, Ethereum has really gained in popularity. It was already popular before. I know, I understand. Put your hand down. But this corporatization of these companies being like, we love Ethereum, has kind of taken the world by storm because it wasn't really a thing. Especially even like 9-10 months ago, we had a lot of price predictions for Ethereum. Maybe 1,800 in 2025. Binance coin is also slowly ticking up as well, not only just in price, but also this is like the 7th or 8th company who's been talking about Binance coin. There's a lot of mysticism around the company. They're expected to basically continue being the biggest, if not one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges on the planet. As we move into the future, the coin, Binance coin, also has a burn function. So the more, I forgot what it is. I think it's every quarter, every season, basically. The people from Binance announce like a Binance coin burn, and we're rapidly getting to like what would be the maximum. There were 200 million BNB tokens, and now they're trying to get to 100 million as like the max, but there are even rumors that they might continue burning coins afterward. It was big news like 2 or 3 years ago when it was like first beginning to be implemented, but that was also because of the other coins that we had. Oh gosh, what were they? It was Shiba Inu coin, and there was another one. There was some other coin. What was the one that collapsed? With Sam Bankman-Fried, and then they made like a new version of it or whatever. Anyway, the point of the matter is there were a lot of coins years ago that had like they made it into the news nearly daily. It was crazy because of their coin burn. So sometimes we'd get this coin burn has gone up by 5,000%, and it was like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. But mainly Binance coin is kind of, still around. The board would have to approve the purchase of any additional tokens beyond, Bitcoin, and then the other two being Ethereum and BNB. GUZ says that this will adhere to higher custody standards, stressing that it will not engage in self-custody. No company tends to not really engage in self-custody. It's seen as too risky, which is even crazier that you would hire another company to then hold the coins for you, but then that even increases the risk. Like imagine you give your bank account details to someone else. Like I feel like that's where it gets a little bit too risky. According to the company You Today, another company called Faraday Future. What? Faraday Future. It says a zombie e-car manufacturer whose stock plunged by nearly 100%, also recently debuted a crypto strategy, which some viewed as a sign of desperation. Well, if we can be completely honest with ourselves, don't even add that into the conversation. All these companies, once again, if you missed it earlier this year, a lot of companies kind of came out of nowhere announcing that they loved Bitcoin. Bitcoin? No. We've always liked Bitcoin. And then we found out, that these companies, their stock prices were rising 700%, 1,400%, like over the course of a couple of months, just because they said they were buying Bitcoin. So I assume a good chunk of these companies, once again, these companies don't care about decentralization. They don't care, and I say this nicely, many companies don't care about the world. They don't care about you or me. They don't care about like an actual new monetary, system that could bring the world into a utopia. They're doing it for their business. So, if your stock is low and you see everyone else, we're rich, you're going to think, okay, I want to do the exact same thing. Bitcoin comprises nearly half of the company's crypto index. The company wowed observers with its highly futuristic concept car in 2016. So no real surprise there. So cool. So apparently Faraday Future has purchased Bitcoin, or they said that they're going to. No word on how much. Same exact thing with this one. We have had a recent, the last like 6 companies, if you've taken notice, companies previously before were announcing we're raising X amount of money to buy so and so amount of Bitcoin. We're not really getting amounts anymore. So we have the billion, but as exactly how much they plan on buying or holding or accumulating, we want 5,000 Bitcoin, we want 10,000 Ether, like that kind of thing. So I assume it'll pop up into the news relatively soonly so we can hear about it. Okie dokie. That's 2 more companies who are buying up some crypto. And yeah, let's move on. Also in, all right, okay, sure, I guess. The SEC, the US SEC, recently has kind of taken it upon themselves to tell us exactly how much they love crypto. Whatever the actual reasoning might be. They said 8, 9, 10 weeks ago, they really love crypto and they're going to make sure that crypto basically has all the rules and regulations that Gary Gensler didn't want us to have for a while. And not even just Gary Gensler. Who was the guy before him? Michael Jackson? What was the guy who ran the SEC before? Was it Jake Clayton? No. Is that him? I don't know. Regardless, the last couple SEC heads have also not been too great. So once again, excuse my skepticism. I think this guy's name is Paul Atkins. Yeah, I think he's the current head of the new SEC. So, my friends, it says Paul Atkins used a Paris speech to expand on what they're calling Project Crypto, saying the SEC will deliver clear, predictable rules for digital assets. He pledged to modernize outdated rules so that tokens, staking, lending, and trading can operate under a one regulatory umbrella. The idea is, for those of you who weren't here years ago, is there were discussions that the CFTC, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, would have a hand in crypto regulations as well. A lot of people back then were trying to get the CFTC to, reside over crypto. But since this new SEC has basically said, no need, we're going to take care of everything. This is why the idea of one, just us, kind of doing everything. People have been asking for crypto regulation since around 2012. Yeah, no, like it's been a really long time. We've gotten to the point, and I would say it this way. By December, we should have all these things. Like plain and simple. And I'll even give you a good 32nd of December. We should have, by the 1st of January, we should be like, okay, cool, no more questions. We have had far too many instances recently with companies creating, talking about, having products, launching products that have to do with creating new tokens, tokenizing assets, staking products, lending out crypto. So I would logically assume this has to do with them getting in contact with the SEC and saying, hey, we want to do A, B, C, and D. And they said, no problem. We're going to have rules for you on this date, because otherwise we've never had this many companies saying that they want to do these things, and because you can't create it. You can't spend, $20 million on a project, creating something, doing something, blah, 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 and then going, okay, no rules. And then you kind of drop it and you lost 20 million. Atkins said most tokens are not securities and promised clarity on custody, super app platforms, and tokenized securities. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. The idea of what is and what isn't a security is still not really known. Yeah, it's weird. We were told years ago that it has to do with something that people purchase with the expectation of profit. The problem is, basically anything you buy for an investment can be seen as you are expecting to make a profit. That was then not widened, but we were told if there was a specific company who said that you would specifically get something from their actions. So that was the idea about Ripple and XRP. XRP runs independently, and we've seen before, no matter what Ripple does, they can have a good 6 years of partnering with central banks and this and that and so. XRP's price will still go down. That's and what was the other thing recently that so basically when we finally get a list of what is and what is not a security, it's going to change crypto basically forever. Custody is one thing. The super app idea is largely dystopian. Coinbase is trying to create their own WeChat. They're trying to create an app that basically takes all of your data, all of your information onto one app. So everything that you do would run through Coinbase, and they would get all of your data, all of your information. Every time they also want to be like a texting platform. So every time you message a friend, you share a link, you share a meme, it would all be absorbed and accumulated by Coinbase. And then tokenized securities is going to be the mantra for next year. A lot of banks, a lot of institutions announced, I want to say the last 3 months, that they're creating a platform, or they have a platform. They're partnering with this bank. Ripple just partnered with some bank in, what was it, Portugal or something like, I don't remember. There's too much going on. Where basically everything that has value, real estate, gold, diamonds, other forms of securities will be put onto blockchains for easier access for retail investors, if you kind of want to put it this way. That's becoming a really big thing. So the SEC has a lot to actually do. U.S. SEC chair, his name is Paul Atkins. I have to remember that name. I'm so used to just Gary Gensler. I've said Gary Gensler like 38,000 times over the last few years. I have to get into the mood. You know, Paul Atkins is the new person. Said crypto's time has come, pledging to modernize the U.S. securities rulebook and expand what they call Project Crypto to bring markets on chain. You understand my skepticism, right? Like, you all get it because we haven't had this before. If this all works out and they actually do what they said that they were going to do, crypto's going to take over the world. That's the main takeaway from this. The SEC chair said Project Crypto would clear the way for tokenized securities, new on-chain asset classes, and decentralized finance software, while ensuring investor protections. He also highlighted the potential for super app trading platforms and stressing the importance of keeping innovation in the U.S. Watch out for that super app thing. I'm really telling you. Yeah, the article is quite long, and I'm not really in the mood. You get it. Like, I have a feeling you understand what we're going over. If we do get proper regulation, and we can easily say what's a commodity, what's a security. When we get rules and regulations on like staking, and if anyone knows this, please throw some information my way. January and February of this year, do you remember we were told that apparently cryptocurrencies created within the United States would be tax-free? I haven't heard anything about that in a while, but I'm sure many other people definitely are waiting for some kind of news. They're supposed to basically literally lead the way into a crypto utopia where we get proper rules and regulations, and all the companies and institutions who allegedly have been sitting on the sidelines will be able to properly jump in. There will be no more ambiguity. I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to, reserve my skepticism. We've had some terrible people in office before. So, yeah, this could be, this might be, dare I say, the reason why a lot of people are like, nope, prices are going to continue rising over the next couple of years. Think about it. If we get all this stuff and there's no more real ambiguity, we're seeing volatility dropping because these companies are getting in and throwing billions at the market. 1 + 1 = 1,000,000 in this case. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video, everyone. I do hope you've all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day. Make sure to take care of yourself. Really, you have to. Like, no one else is going to do it for you. Make sure to go on walks, contact friends, make sure to take out time in your day to laugh. I know making money is fun and we all want to do it, but you also have to make sure you're taking care of yourself so that in 5 years you can enjoy the money that you have created. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.